Hey guys, this video is from our latest Rick and Johnny podcast. Make sure to check out the full podcast on blogtalkradio.com/Rick and Johnny. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know Johnny and I had fun recording it.
This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow man-child Johnny Karlic.
Grass, he's back.
And we are back for the Rick and Johnny podcast. If you're on YouTube, hello. It is great to see you guys. If you're on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, or Stitcher, thank you guys for the download and listen today. Johnny, we got a jam-packed show. We're going to be talking some New Mutants. Is it going to perform well in 2018? We're going to be looking at kind of a prelude to an idea that we have where we put two heroes against each other. This week we're going to look at Thor versus Hulk. Who wins that battle between the two superheroes? And then lastly, you guys loved our Rick and Morty discussion from a couple weeks ago, so we got another one for you guys. This week we're going to look at, is evil Morty Rick's original Morty? We're going to finish that for the podcast. But Johnny, let's get right into it. We're going to look at New Mutants, and it's a movie that's going to be coming out in 2018 and directed by Josh Boone. It's already got actresses and actors like Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones. We've got Anya Taylor-Joy from The Witch. We got Nat Wolff as Cannonball. He's from Fault of Our Stars, to name the big one that I know him from. That's coming out in 2018. And the true question that I want to throw to you is, because that's also a time where Universal, we haven't seen one of their monster movies. We're going to see their first one coming up this year with Tom Cruise in The Mummy. But that looks like a rebooted Universal monster movie could be going up against New Mutants. Characters that not everyone might not know, but they might have one actress or an actress and an actor in James McAvoy and Maisie Williams to hang their hat on right now. I'm going to ask you, at this point in time, do you think New Mutants is going to perform well in 2018?
No, it has potential. Like you said, we have Maisie Williams. We have, you didn't mention John McAvoy as Professor Charles Xavier again.
I tried to at the end. I tried to.
No.
I didn't give him his due, though.
No, you didn't give credit where credit is due. So we have someone that's cemented in the universe already. We have Maisie Williams, who's going to be Wolfbane. Anya Taylor, who's supposed to be Magic. She's from The Witch. And then we have Nate Wolff, as you said, Cannonball. Characters we don't really know. I'm a Marvel fan, huge Marvel fan, and I really don't know New Mutants that well. I'll be honest. So, I mean, it's going to be hard to relate to these characters just by hearing about it. It's one of those things where we're going to have to wait until the
Mummy to get our first. To me, it's
not
The
just
Mummy.
that. I'm more so saying we're going to have to wait till the trailer comes out for this to get an idea of, hey, where they're going with it. Because we're getting it from a company, Fox, where they have Deadpool.
Have fucked things up before in the past.
They fucked things up with the original X-Men. They've been doing better with, in my opinion, they've been doing better with these new ones.
Yeah, because they basically struck
Rebooted
gold with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
And they said, wait, we can make superhero movies rated R? What the fuck?
Whoa! And then we got Logan that came out.
Rated R.
Just took your heartstring and kept pulling and pulling and pulling.
Rated R.
Yeah, it is rated R. Well, actually, the other X-Men weren't rated R, though.
No, they weren't. That's why they were not that good.
Even the recent ones?
Not as good as Deadpool or Logan.
Well, yeah, because we have rated R. But see, they're pushing it up. They're pushing it up. They're doing terrible. They're doing better now.
Yeah.
That's the point, is that they're doing better. So there's a lot more potential now in the New Mutants, even though we don't know them. But yeah, like you said, we're getting monster movies from Universal. We're getting The Mummy. And what they're planning on, as we talked about before the podcast, was they are doing The Mummy, which is coming out this year. There's talking Wolfman, Van Helsing, Invisible Man,
Creature of the Black Lagoon, and Bride of
Frankenstein.
And for me right now, the big thing that I look at for this question is I kind of look at two things, one on each side. The first thing is The Mummy is going to be, before I can answer the question fully, we gotta see what happens in June. I know what you guys are thinking. Ricky's copping out of an answer yet again. I will give my answer later. I'm not going to cop out. But really, the thing with these Universal movies is we don't know what this next set of reboots is going to be like.
Exactly.
Because the first one will be, like I said, June 9th when we get to see The Mummy. We've seen the trailers. It looks good.
It does.
However, at the same time, I look at it and go, it's just another Tom Cruise movie, right? It's just another Tom Cruise movie.
Yet another Tom Cruise movie.
I get that Tom Cruise is a good actor. I mean, there are movies of his that I really like, but like the Mission Impossibles, maybe it was because of how old I was at the time, but after a while I was like, well, it's another Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie.
I didn't even see him, to be honest.
I saw the first one, and I didn't see any other ones because I was like, you know what, I'm going to choose James Bond over Mission Impossible any day of the week. I was more of a Bond guy, but that's going to be the first barometer for the Universal side. However, for the New Mutants, the thing that I look at is they are, not only are the characters unknown for me, Wolfsbane, Magic, Cannonball, might as well be speaking Spanish, Johnny, because I don't know who they are. I don't know who any of them are.
Okay.
You could say Wolfsbane, I'd be like, who? Who's that? Who's Wolfbane?
True that.
What great monster story is he from, or she from? Probably say he from, because that's what the monster movies, most of them, where he's especially the wolves. I would also say, you'd say Wolfsbane. I'm like, oh, is he related to Michael J. Fox? Are they rebooting The Wolf Kid? Is that what they're doing?
Oh, geez,
no,
that movie.
But I'm joking, obviously. Not well-known characters, but also I look at the actors and actresses that they have so far.
That's
to
true.
me, the only one, and I'm pushing McAvoy off to the side because I feel like the movie is going to be Charles Xavier assembling the New Mutants team. Most of the movie is going to be focused on the New Mutants, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of going to be like a Charles Xavier. Think Charles Xavier from First Class, but in a lesser role. We're not going to get that first part of the movie where it's just on Charles Xavier and Magneto.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's actually a good reference to go with.
Most of the movie is going to be on the team, on them assembling. Maybe you get the leader of the team talking to McAvoy and becoming a leader, and then they get their final battle at the end. It's like, woo, yeah, we're a team. Exactly like First Class.
I feel like it's going to be basically like First Class, like you said. I mean, McAvoy's going to kind of have a little step back when it comes to the whole
He's going to be the mentor.
You know, the whole training thing that happened? He doesn't have a point for training, really, because he has all his powers established. Everything's done. He's going to be there for part of the training, just like he was for Magneto, just like he was for Beast. He was there to help them, like, basically, really, aren't those really the only two we saw train?
I mean, he's training the ones right now.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the latest X-Men where they come out and they have like the 90s costumes
Uniforms,
on.
yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, man.
Their uniforms, sir?
Well, costumes.
No, and I completely agree. He's not going to have like as headstrong of a headstrong is not the best phrase, but headstrong of a role.
It's going to be more of a the parent-kid relationship because these mutants are going to be a lot younger.
Not even just saying that. I'm saying like as much as he was in the training process of him, Magneto, Beast, even the other mutants that are. He's going to be a little bit stepped back because he's going to be telling you, okay, try this. This. Not like right there, I'm your age. I have to try and sway you to tell you, hey, try these things because I don't know how your powers work.
I'm obviously getting these facts from online because, like I said, New Mutants, I had to look it up.
Yeah, same here.
The ones that we know about, Wolfsbane, which is going to be Maisie Williams' character, a 13-year-old Scottish character. Then you have Magique, which it doesn't really say her age, but she's the sister of Colossus. So
Russian
put it that
girl.
way. Like, you know where Colossus is. They're probably in similar age. Maybe she might be a little younger.
She's a bit younger.
And then, I mean, you look at Cannonball, 16.
Yeah.
So these are going to be like, most of them are going to be teenagers. I mean, even looking at, like, they have Karma, Mirage, Sunspot, which, again, could be speaking Spanish to me. You look at the ages 14 to 13. So, I mean, these are going to be younger mutants that we see in this movie.
Well, it's going to be a teacher-student relationship now. Nothing like Mr. Miyagi and Karate Kid, but
nothing like
wax
that.
on, wax off.
But the thing that I think I mean, there's 2 points to it. And my first thing is that besides Maisie Williams, the other 2 actor and actress right now, of course, we're going to get a lot more into this. They could prove me wrong.
Exactly.
But right now, like, Williams is the only one I know, whereas I'm looking right now at the potential actors and actresses that Universal's going after. And right now, if I had to pick on April 23rd when we're recording this podcast, hey, Ricky, which one are you going to go see? Are you going to go see New Mutants? Because for me, a little bit about how I think, there are 2 kind of successes for a movie.
Okay.
There's one in overall money, how much you make through your run in theaters. The second one, which to me is the more important, how well do you do opening weekend?
Yeah.
That's the big one. Because most movies, you get, boom, here's opening weekend. You're hoping to either go up because your reviews are, like, if you go up, that means your reviews did well. People who didn't see your movie are now coming to see your movie.
Exactly.
On top of the people that are maybe going for a second time. You'll go up for a little bit. The other one is you kind of stay the same and then go down.
Yeah, you plateau.
And then the third one is you start and you go directly down. Those are the 3 obvious trends for what you do. And this movie opening weekend, when I see, even when it says we don't know the exact Universal movie, but right now it looks like that's going to be Wolfman.
Yeah,
like
from what they're saying online.
They have it weirdly set where they're going to have a movie in 2018. They're going to have one in 2019. They haven't really for sure said what's going to be which, but it looks like the Wolfman movie will be the one going up against, funny, Wolfsbane going up against the Wolfman in 2018. I mean, I even look at it alone, and right now the actor that they are going after to be the Wolfman, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. If they get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I will definitely, if you said, hey, Ricky, you got to go see New Mutants or the Wolfman with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I'd pick the Wolfman. I would definitely pick the Wolfman over New Mutants at this point in time. Now, like you mentioned, there's a ton of things that could change that. Maybe when we go see The Mummy, because we will probably go see that. We will probably review it. Let's say The Mummy sucked. That's going to leave a bad taste in my mouth. Let's say the trailer for The Wolfman doesn't do so good, doesn't tickle my fancy. Let's say the trailer for New Mutants comes out, really tickles my fancy.
Yeah.
There are things like, this is a weight for me, and it's a balancing scale. Right now, the weighted side is with Universal and the monster movies, mainly because there is, I don't want to say hope, because I'm not like, man, I'm hoping this Mummy movie is really good, because I'll be honest, Brendan Fraser has left a bad taste in my mouth. The Scorpion King left a bad taste in my mouth, where I'm not
I believe
really,
that was with The Rock, wasn't it?
It was with The Rock, but it was one of those things where I went to go see it because of The Rock, but that didn't mean it was a good movie, Johnny. Still, though, that takes my point of gonna get my money.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good. We're not talking about how good the movie will be. We're talking about how well is it going to perform money-wise.
Exactly.
That just means getting butts in the seats. But this is not a review prediction. This is, are you going to be able to get butts in the seats for New Mutants? And if The Mummy's good, that'll just make it better right now. But at this point, the New Mutants, there's not enough there to make me say, yes, that's the movie I want to go see.
See, with me, I've got that Marvel, and it's my.
Is it tugging you to really go, woo, let's go New Mutants?
No, it's not tugging me to do that, but over what I have no idea about how they're going to do compared to, hey, I know Marvel, I know how Fox is doing with their stuff, I know they're trying to kick it up a bit more, making Deadpool and Logan rated R.
You can't compare that to the New Mutants. Though.
I'm not comparing that to the New Mutants. I'm saying
Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is different than Maisie Williams in New Mutants.
And I'm not comparing those two exactly. I'm saying the company as a whole is trying to push their game up. They took these movies that they could have made PG-13 like everyone else in all the...
But they made them R.
Exactly. They could have just said, hey, we're going to make these PG-13 like everything else in the comic book movie universe because everyone else is doing it so we can get more fans in the seats that are age appropriate. No. What they did instead is like, hey, we're going to kick these to rated R because we can. And then they took honestly, from the first set of X-Men that we had to the second set, it is a step up from what they did before.
It is. I will give you that.
Exactly. So we are, slowly a little bit, they are stepping it up. And I know you haven't seen the TV series that came out on Fox.
Legion.
I think it was really good. It's confusing.
It's confusing.
I will say that. It is confusing.
I think Dave really likes it as well.
He does too. And that's the point they're going with is supposed to be confusing. So you have to sit and watch it. You can't just, I'm going to do this while I watch it.
Yeah.
You miss everything. So they are kicking stuff up. So what I'm trying to say with that is
that's going to hopefully get you excited for it.
That's like giving me some push to say, hey, New Mutants has a good chance too because the company has been doing this stuff, as opposed to Universal where, it's named The Mummy, and that's a problem because what was it? You said
Brendan Fraser.
Those were,
remember, he was kind of forced on us as a sex symbol in the early 2000s.
Yes, he was, and that's the thing. It's like, it was okay.
Remember
of a movie.
him in like The Mummy, and he was also in that the Warner Brothers movie with the Looney Tunes, the live action Looney Tunes movie.
Yeah,
he was also in Bedazzled, I believe. He was forced on us as a sex symbol.
Yeah, but the thing was, he was in. I'm not saying the movie was bad, but it wasn't great.
It was not great at all.
No, but I wouldn't go. I wouldn't throw it in the garbage can, but I definitely wouldn't buy it from the $7 bin at Walmart.
Would you buy it? Would you buy it from the $1 bin?
I might, if I'm bored.
What do you think? Here's a random question for you. This is The Mummy, the 1999 version.
Okay.
Like, that's the one. It wasn't terrible. I'll be honest.
It wasn't
terrible. But then as they started coming out, what do you think its Rotten Tomato score is?
40 something.
56.
Okay.
56 on Rotten Tomatoes.
So it's on,
the audience,
it's teetered.
75. The audience gave it a 75.
Wow. Okay. But that's a different Mummy. We could be revamping everything with the Tom Cruise one. So
The Mummy Returns, 47. 63 audience score. So
it did drop.
The Mummy Returns did not do as well as the Mummy. Like I said, The Mummy was like, okay. The Mummy Returns, yet again, that's the last one I saw in 2001.
Yeah.
Not so great. Not
as good. But the other thing is, I'll actually be honest. You said you would go see The Wolfman because it has Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Everything I know him from right now, I would not.
Fast and the Furious? That's the last thing he came out with. He's going to be...
I don't watch
those. He's going to be in Black Adam.
Yeah, but to be honest, until I see how he does in Black Adam, and I don't watch the Fast and the Furious movies, so sue me if you want. I don't like them that much. Most of his stuff I've seen him in comedies, and just his acting is not what I would see as for the Wolfman.
He's in Moana. You liked Moana?
I love Moana. That's a Disney movie, though.
So, he was in it.
That's not the seriousness of what the Wolfman and the darkness of what the Wolfman is.
See, and that's the thing where I think that The Rock, yes, he's been in, to me, some clunkers, like The Tooth Fairy.
I never saw that.
Yeah, I did.
I'll be honest.
But he's been in things like The Fast and the Furious. He was in Moana, which is good.
Yeah.
He's done a great job in, I know that this isn't a TV show that you watch because you're not on the sports side of things, but he's done a great job on, I want to say it's on HBO, Ballers.
Yeah, I never saw it.
It's a TV show where basically he's the agent.
Yeah.
He plays an agent to a athlete. Great on that show. He's done great with his acting, not just his athletic ability, in wrestling when he was a wrestler in the WWE. He's been in things like San Andreas. He's been in movies like Hercules before.
Yeah.
But he's done the comedic side like the Central Intelligence or Pain and Gain, the Kevin Hart movie.
Yeah,
the
no, I know.
Buddy Cop movie with Central Intelligence with Kevin Hart. So to me, I think that maybe I'm on the side of yes, he's had some clunkers, Scorpion King being one of them. But it's one of those things where I would be more inclined to say I will go see a Wolfman movie as Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Now, of course, that's not set in stone. That's just who the main guy they're going after over a Marvel movie where I don't really know the characters and I don't really know anything about some of the and that's the big thing. I'm going to compare it to Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell did not get me in the seat. So really you could say, Ricky, you're a hypocrite, but I'm going to say it anyways. When they made their casting decision, who did they go after?
Scarlett Johansson.
ScarJo. Why did they go after ScarJo?
Big name.
Big name, one of the hottest actresses right now.
Yeah.
We see Universal doing the same thing. I'm looking at the wiki right now. Tom Cruise has obviously been confirmed for The Mummy.
Yeah, I mean,
he's in all the trailers.
He's in it this year.
For Wolfman, they're going after Dwayne The Rock Johnson. For Invisible Man, it's already been confirmed that Johnny Depp will be the Invisible Man. For Creature of the Black Lagoon, ScarJo, that's who they are looking at to be the starlet of that movie. And then Bride of Frankenstein, they are really looking at Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
So I know some of you might say, well, Ricky, those are like Angelina Jolie, ScarJo. Those are actresses and actors, with Johnny Depp being one of them too, that are up there.
Yeah.
Like in age, I'm saying. Like older actors and actresses where the young kids are going to be like, who? Who's Dwayne The Rock Johnson? No kids are really saying that. But really, like Angelina Jolie, it's one of those things where it's like, who? Oh, I know her from this. Maybe Maleficent has kept her in the light, especially with a younger audience, and she's going to be in Maleficent too. But they are going after big actors and actresses. New Mutants is going on that side where, yes, we've gotten, to me, Maisie Williams is your top, and then you have the other two right now. That, to me, is the big question mark of how well is this going to do. Can those new actors and actresses pull in people? We've seen it with Deadpool. Deadpool has brought in the actress that they pulled in to play Domino. Not very known. I mean, people are starting to realize who she is because she was really good in Atlanta, which has gotten rave reviews. However, I think Fox, with a movie like Deadpool 2, can take that stab because of Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, well,
like
not just
Ryan
that,
Reynolds
the well-known of the character.
That and Ryan Reynolds really helps because, let's be honest, if they casted anyone else and it didn't feel like Deadpool, no one would go see that movie.
Oh, exactly.
Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, they go together, they're combined. They can take a stab and say, you know what? Let's go after this really up-and-coming actress to play Domino.
Yeah, I mean...
Let's go after a Josh Brolin to play Cable, who it's not the same kind of stab with Domino, but it's vastly different than, okay, let's go after a Russell Crowe. Let's go after the guy who played Officer Hopper in Stranger Things. Some of those big names at the time. Russell Crowe's kind of up here. Hopper's kind of down here, though. But you kind of get my drift of that. With New Mutants, I think it might be a little bit of a stretch because, like you said with Deadpool, people know that character.
Yeah.
With New Mutants, we don't really know. We're kind of sitting there going, who's Wolfbane? Who's that? Unless you're really into the comics and going, whoa, I know who the New Mutants are.
No, and I agree with that point. The only thing, like I said...
Which I'm assuming we'll get some commenters saying, you guys are stupid, don't know who the New Mutants are. They just never intrigued me.
I never really read into them.
Plus, I'm more of a DC guy.
He is a DC guy, which is why I have less of an excuse, but I never really read into the New Mutants. I stick with the core the core teams.
Yeah.
So my thing is...
Plus, at this age, it's kind of hard. And that's the thing. At this age, it might be harder for you and I...
to have the time to find new ones.
No, not even that. To read a comic and relate to someone who's 13 or 14 in a comic
Oh, yeah, that
book,
too.
compared to, like, the main people who are now closer to our age.
Yeah, well, not just that. It's just finding the time to dive into these newer groups when I'm like, I stay with the core groups, and yeah, like there's the Avengers, then there's the Secret Avengers, and there's these. Yeah, I'll try them out because they're relatable,
They
but
branch
branch off the Avengers. New Mutants, yeah, it kind of branches off the X-Men, but it's not like the X-Force.
It's like a separate entity.
It's almost it like branches off pretty far, where it's like I have to go finding this name New Mutants. So yeah, that's why I haven't read a lot about them. That's why I don't know them that well. But as we talked about in a few of our series, picking an actor that matches the character. That's why I'm very iffy about having Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Wolfman. I've seen other Wolfman movies, and I loved the actors they picked for that because they had that type of dark seriousness role. Johnny Depp for The Invisible Man, I can see it because of all of the other roles I've seen him. He does that quirky, weird guy very well. If you throw like a just it's a Tim Burton sounding thing. Tim Burton is in that realm of type of movie, and Johnny Depp does a ton of those movies, which is why I see that working. And you know what? I haven't seen Creature from the Black Lagoon. I don't quite know the storyline. I just know this Creature from the Black Lagoon abducts a woman, as most monsters end up doing.
Oh, if New Mutants was going up against Creature of the Black Lagoon, I'd be picking New Mutants.
And I agree. Wolfman is a very well-known and a very comfortable storyline, which is part of the reason I would rather see New Mutants as opposed to Wolfman, only because, honestly, it depends on the actor they pick for it. Until then, because like we said, it's not confirmed it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So I would go see New Mutants just because we have Maisie Williams, we have James McAvoy, and I know how he is as Professor X. I know she's a great actress. The other two, yeah, I don't know them, but it might, and it all comes down to eventually, how do the trailers look and how does the Mummy look?
You want to know who was the last person to play the Wolfman?
Who?
I'll give you a hint. He's in a Marvel MCU movie.
I picturing the face. I cannot think of who he is.
He's in Guardians of the Galaxy. The Collector.
Oh yeah, that was him, wasn't it?
Del Toro.
Yeah.
He played Wolfman in 2009. Or 2010, pardon me.
Yeah, and I saw that Wolfman. I loved it, actually. It was very cool. It was very dark.
So this Wolfman is going to be a reboot of that Wolfman.
Yeah. That's what I'm guessing. It's been a while, so
I look at it on the other side of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, his versatility. I think he could play a dark, serious role.
Yeah, I just haven't, I haven't seen all his movies. I'll admit it, and so I haven't seen that dark, serious role like that.
But he will also bring a little bit of comedic value to it.
Yeah, and that's the question of like how much though, and
it's one of those things where I think with this movie, it's going to be more related to, if you want to see how Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's going to be, go see how he was as Hercules.
Yeah,
because that's
I'll have to rewatch it because I haven't watched it in a while, and it was half watching it when I did.
The story I heard, and this is the last thing before we'll give our final answers, when he was, and this was about the time that Hercules was coming out, I heard on the radio that for one of the scenes, he was like chained up. And what he would do is he had to like give off a big like roar and like basically go like he's going to break the chains, and then CGI, they break them. Basically what he would do is he would give so much adrenaline and so much energy that he would do it and then pass out. To where when he first did it, they were like, oh shit, he's dead. He died. No, he just passed out and then would come back to it and then do it again.
Yeah. Just for the take.
Yeah. That is kind of the type of, not exactly like that.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of model that I think we would use for the Wolfman. If he even says it. Because right now, that's who they're going for.
Yeah.
It's not a done deal.
And that's
Johnny
the
Depp
other thing.
And Tom Cruise are the only ones that are set in stone.
Yeah, and the only thing I would say is, you know what? It also, honestly, because Wolfman, the storyline kind of varies from thing to thing. I think of it as that dark one we saw from 2010.
Yeah. Well, that's the one that
sticks up
in your
That's
head.
the one that sticks up here because that's the most recent. It's also a very good storyline to me. So what I think of it is if they're not going to go as dark as that, then he could do it. I'm on the fence if he could otherwise.
Well, let me ask you this, and
Yes.
this will end it before we move on. We've talked a while on this.
Yeah.
Do you think New Mutants is going to perform well in 2018? And would you go see it opening day over The Wolfman or over a Universal monster movie?
I will put it this way. I am 50%. I'm going towards New
50,
Mutants.
not 51?
No, because remember, the 1% stays in the back away from everything, playing ball in the cup.
Ball and cup. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, 50...
There's always that 1% for Johnny that's in the corner playing ball in a cup.
Ball in the cup. He'll do the deciding factor when the movie comes out. So I'm going to just, right now, 50% New Mutants.
I am going to go on the side of I would go see The Wolfman. I would go see that monster movie right now in front of New Mutants just because I don't really... it's one of those things where it's like there's nothing... You're trying to pull me in with Maisie Williams, and it's not enough right now. Right now, it's not enough. Let's see a trailer. Let's see if... I mean, anything could happen.
Exactly.
But right now, April 23rd, if I'm giving a hard answer, I'm not seeing New Mutants on opening week. I'm picking the Universal monster movie if I had the choice. Really, me and Johnny might have to see both because we'll probably
have to
give a review for both of those. But this is where you guys come in. Let us know down below in the comment section. What would you guys pick? Which one of the two movies? And really with the New Mutants, how well do you think it will perform in 2018? Does the cast, do the characters kind of hinder a bad performance? Or does it kind of foresee a weaker performance is what I'll say for 2018? Let us know down below in the comment section.
Thank you everyone for watching the Rick and Johnny podcast. Click right here to watch another squanchy video, and let's get rickety wrecked!